Good morning, or hello.
Hi.
Insert intro here.
One day.
It is,
Yep.
it is a day or night, depending on where you are.
Or when you're listening to this.
Yeah, that part.
Or not listening to this.
Why
because-
would you listen to this?
Could be theoretical.
Yeah, it is. Always theoretical. Alright, so... Okay, Steam support team. Cool. We are recording, and we...
Very
What do we want to do first, guys?
Alright, so we got articles, we got
Mhm.
movies, we got games, we got whatever else we talk about.
What movies do we have today? Do we want to talk about Kingdom of Heaven? We were doing
Sure.
that earlier. Cool. Alright, Kingdom of Heaven I want to talk about Last Samurai, since we've all seen that.
I've not seen Last Samurai.
You haven't?
I've seen that one.
Yeah, you've seen that one.
I
Have you
haven't seen the other one.
Okay, we'll have a little bit of fun. You and I get to describe Kingdom of Heaven to him.
And then we get to describe The Last Samurai
Samurai
to
to
you.
Is there a movie you two guys have seen that I haven't?
Probably.
Oh.
Maybe.
Alright, I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. So, since we have this prepared, unlike everything else we've been doing, let's go ahead and do the articles first, I guess.
Okay.
Quinn, do you want to go first, or should I?
Why don't you go first, mostly because I don't know which articles you picked.
Alright, I have, court rules zoo can't let kids swim with the crocodiles anymore. And this comes from us from the Newsweek. A German zoo will no longer be able to let children participate in one of its main attractions, swimming with crocodiles and alligators.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Like, okay, first of all, like...
Who would let their kids do that?
Who goes
Like-
to the zoo and I'm going to let my child swim with crocodiles today.
I just
Yeah, I
want to
know.
know, has...
My small, fleshy child. As opposed to my non-fleshy child.
Yeah, just made out of rock.
Yes.
Jesus. Like...
Jesus was fleshy.
Yes, he was. Or would you call that something? Godly. Godly. That's the word I was looking
Yeah,
for.
sure.
Anyways, like, has there been any incidents? Let me just look. The ban comes after August 25th decision by Darmstadt Regional Council, which stated a barrier should be present at all times, and if an adult chooses to swim with the animals, they must be warned of serious risks, such as being in close contact with deadly creatures.
What, did too many people get killed?
I don't know. It's not really, actually.
So, was there a barrier between them?
Were the crocodiles free to roam
Yeah.
anywhere?
Yeah, like, here's a picture. It's just a big pit, and then the people just kind of go in here. There's a large cage with some buoys on it to keep it elevated, and there are people inside.
Oh, in a cage?
Yeah, there's a little cage that
Okay.
people go in now.
Now.
So,
Not before.
like, did they not see the dangers in just letting people swim with crocodiles, or
Yeah,
It's natural selection. That's really what it is.
endorse Darwinism?
there we go.
It's a beautiful method.
I mean, it's basically doing the same thing as letting, little...
That's not me.
That's not me. It's
me.
basically like putting kids in with, like, full-grown lions and being like, hey, have fun.
Yep.
I'm going to be back in an hour from the pediatrician.
Yes,
That
so you get
doesn't
rid of your
seem-
children forever.
So that does. Never mind.
Alright, Jim, it's time to let you swim with the crocodiles. I won't
Alright.
see you again.
All right, Quinn, just to compare, the stories I have, that was the first one, but I have 4. The second one is stunned farmer finds flock of sheep in her homegrown, or her home, thanks to overzealous sheepdog. Man in Thailand dies from hypothermia after going to bed with 3 fans. Farmers urged to bury their underpants to improve their quality of beef. And there's a picture of
Let's
cows.
do that one.
Yeah,
let's
so-
start
so
with
just,
that.
Just
I gotta
so you know
ask,
which
like-
one.
and then we'll do the fans.
And then the overzealous sheepdog. Cool. So I can close that one. All right. All right, farmers urged to bury their underpants.
Is this in India? Is there even anything to this article?
Let me
Are
check.
there-
I haven't read through it.
Professionalism at its finest. You will not get anything less from Content Later Studios.
Yep.
Hey, I really don't
Look,
care.
You,
Oh, hey.
You knew what was happening when you got the name.
It's in Scotland, actually.
Oh,
Shout out to my people.
and kind of mine.
Kinda. Hey, Justice, want to go bury our underpants to improve our beef quality?
I'm not wearing any underpants.
That's great to know. That means you don't
That
have
means
to
you
bury
don't have
them.
any quality beef.
Oh, that's
Or
it.
I've already buried all of my underpants.
All right,
Oh,
burying
no.
a pair of underpants in a field may not seem like the obvious starting point for a perfect roast, but farmers are urged to dig deep for their tastier meat. That was a poem of freshness. All right, the Agriculture and Horticulture Development Board and Quality Meat Scotland claim that interring a pair of cotton smalls in a pasture can reveal vital information about soil fertility. Now I'm just curious.
Soil fertility, huh?
Yeah. All right. So, sterile and lifeless soil will keep underwear intact, but organically thriving soil will eat away at the briefs, leaving nothing but the elastic waistband. You know, I think there's easier ways to check for this.
You could use like
You could use a handkerchief.
you could like dig up the dirt and
You know,
if it doesn't
go
suck,
test it in the lab. But that costs money, and these are farmers. What are you talking about? Dig out the underpants after 2 months. Yeah, 2 months is a little bit. And it is possible to judge how healthy the land is. Soil conditions on beef and sheep farms directly influence how well grass and forage crops grow, and consequently, the quality of the feed they produce.
Good.
Yeah, I just think there's easier ways to do this than burying a pair of your underpants. And I also think there's an easier way to, hide those skid marks. Besides saying, oh, I have to go bury these. And they have a photo of burying these underpants, and it looks like they just went out and bought them. Like, if you're gonna bury some underpants, at least have, like, a very personal pair of underpants. Like, bury your lingerie or something.
Lingerie isn't cotton.
Maybe it is in Scotland.
Maybe
I
it
guess-
is
I
in
guess that's
Scotland.
true.
I mean, it's cold up there.
Yeah.
Just trying to
You just
imagine
need
it
to be
now.
warm. No. They're made out of wool. Wool lingerie.
It sounds unpleasant to wear.
I can't put the pictures in my head.
It's just so scratchy. It makes you irritable a little bit.
I bet.
You're just getting ready to do the do, and you just come out in these like nice.
The things you really want to
grayish
take
brown.
off. It moves the process along fast.
Yeah, see, it's. We should start a business, guys.
For when you really don't want to be in your lingerie.
Make it wool.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's one of those things I would expect to see at the Saturday market downtown. Just like, hey, we have some sheep, why don't we just like make a business out of it? And they're just like, hey, want some lingerie?
For the times you want to feel sexy and like you have ants in your skin.
Alright, moving right
Okay.
along. Yeah. Quinn, do you want to do 2 yours? Or, because I did 2, you can do 2, I have 2 more, and then...
Yeah. Let me see. I got a couple. Which one do I want to do? Let's avoid political things,
Yeah, that's why I kind of did.
which takes out some of the funnier ones in my opinion, but
I mean, we could always talk about the great alt Papa John's.
that was one of the ones I was going to avoid.
Alright, that's no problem. I just thought that was hilarious. Because it was so satirical, I don't think it was real.
We got court rules request for lawyer dog too ambitious.
Explain.
Alright, let's see. Louisiana Supreme Court won't hear an appeal from a man who claimed he told the police during an interview to just give me a lawyer dog, with the justice saying the request was ambitious. Let's see. Louisiana Supreme Court Justice said he agreed with the court's decision to deny the appeal, claiming the defendant had voluntarily agreed to be interviewed twice regarding his alleged sexual misconduct with minors. At both interviews, detectives reportedly advised the defendant of his Miranda rights, and the defendant stated he understood and waived those rights. Okay. And however, claimed he invoked his rights to counsel in a second police interview and said, "Y'all think I did it. I know I didn't do it, so why don't you just give me a lawyer dog, because this is not what's up."
What?
So, he's just saying lawyer
Okay.
and then
yeah.
addressing them as dog.
Okay, yeah.
But they,
Not-
they took it a little too serious.
I enjoy how he waived his Miranda rights, which is basically saying, like...
Here, make me a slave.
Like, you know, saying that we can't use this in court. He's like, no, it's fine. And then he's like, no, I didn't do it. But, okay, it's not as exciting as I hoped it would be.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
I know, right?
It's basically just titles. The better thing would just be to read the title and then just kind of like speculate about what happened.
We have the PC Gamer news about Osama bin Laden as an anime and video game fan, based on his computer.
Wait, read that again.
So Obama bin Laden.
Obama.
Jesus Christ.
Obama bin Laden.
I'm sorry.
That's a person.
It's not a person.
It's a meme.
Shouldn't be a meme.
It's an old.
I happen to like that president. Anyway,
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden was an anime fan and played pirated Naruto games. Do you want to talk about this?
I do a little bit.
Okay.
I do just a little bit.
Let's see.
So, I'm just really curious.
So the
what
CIA
anime would he
publicly
like?
released nearly 500,000 files recovered from his hard drive, which included Al-Qaeda correspondence, video files, propaganda draft materials, and personal journal. And let's see, a lot of copyrighted stuff. We got Ants, we got Resident Evil the movie, lots of video games, we got a substantial anime collection, Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my god.
Oh
What?
shit, he watched Advent Children. I like that movie too. Let's see. He was, whoever used his computer was a connoisseur of emulated DS titles.
So Osama bin Laden was a nerd.
Like
The worst. He
new
was a
Super
weeb.
Mario Bros.
He was
like,
a weeb.
We got Animal
Oh, no.
Crossing. We got Animal Crossing.
And
There we
let
go.
me just take my camel out for a walk and
This is some wonderful, like,
water my cactus.
real life level juxtaposition.
God damn, that's like... That's just insane to think about. God. Oh.
It is. Let's see, what do we got? We got anime, we got Naruto, we got Bleach, we got Dragon Ball Z games. We got Devil May Cry anime. Oh my god. Alright.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that was
it was entertaining.
something.
Yep. Fortunately, I don't seem to have a lot of articles that are like, they got a lot of debate for them, just interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing, is a lot of articles don't really have a lot of story around them. They have story around
That I like to think there was some story there. We'll probably never get it.
them. Listen, he was just abused as a child and decided he wanted to change the world. Not necessarily in a good way,
alright,
but he had some childhood nostalgia left on his computer.
Apparently it was pretty recent. Anyway,
Well, some of it.
you got
Like you
another
said,
article?
He's the worst kind of weird.
Sure.
Yeah, my next article is man in Thailand dies from hypothermia after going to bed with 3 fans.
Alright. And this is the bladed fans, not like
Yes. To avoid
Fanatics.
confusion, they are
Human fans.
cooling fans.
Okay.
The kind that you have like 3 settings and blades that push air towards you, which still could describe a human, but not in a good way. It's more like. Anyway,
Good.
a 44-year-old man has died from hypothermia after going to bed with 3 fans blowing cool air at him. My first, I understand it's hot in Thailand. In Bangkok it's pretty warm most of the time. But how cool do you have to be like comfortable there?
Yeah, it's apparently a little too cold.
I mean, it's like, Justice, I know you sleep with a fan sometimes, but would you use 3 of them? One being an industrial. Well, not
Of
industrial.
course.
Like,
Just another method for suicide now.
I mean, that could be one of his. He's just so upset, and he's like, I don't really have anything else. Maybe worked in a fan factory.
This is
I
a
don't know,
really
it was just the most accessible.
cool
for
way
him
to
kill
die.
himself. Dumb ways to die.
It's terrible.
It's okay, I disappoint my father too.
I know. Okay. Is it? Oh my god. That's just insane.
Yeah, God. All right.
It's been some seriously powerful fans.
My last news article. Stunned farmer finds flock of sheep in her home thanks to overzealous sheepdog puppy.
It's a good dog.
Yep.
He's a good doggo.
Yep.
The best
This
of
is
boy.
a very, very talented puppy. There's not too much else from this. It's literally three sentences. Hey, there's a video.
Is it of the pup?
Let me see. No, it's of the sheep. They're just chilling out, peeing on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
alright.
Rocky the dog did look quite pleased with himself, but he's going to need more training. I don't think he needs any more training. I think
Maybe
he
less
needs some
training.
anti-training.
Yeah. He's an ambitious one.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right, that was my last news article, guys. Now it is off to Quinn to supply the entertainment before we move on to the next section.
One last article?
Yeah, one last article.
Alright, we got Hong Kong Democrat Avery found guilty of attacking ex-leader C.Y. Leung with fish sandwich.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Fish sandwich.
Yes, fish sandwich. Yes, let's see. Found guilty Tuesday of assault for throwing a sandwich towards the city's then leader, which hit a police officer.
Was it hard, or was it just a normal fish sandwich? There's no
I don't know.
that's
You got 3 weeks of jail time though.
Assaulting.
it's assaulting a police officer if you throw a tuna sandwich at them, fish sandwich at them.
Well, it wasn't
Now, if you're gonna kill someone with a sandwich, you either poison it or make it so cold that's basically a blunt knife, and then you just stab them to death. That's how you do it.
the things you learn.
Oh, but
Only here.
this is gonna be a great episode.
Yep. This is tying into larger China politics. Alright. Oh, yeah, so... Also, there have been another number of interesting weapons for assaulting Hong Kong authority figures, including bananas, women's breasts, and the fish sandwich.
Whoa, scroll back there. I can understand bananas. It's probably the same thing, but how do you use
I don't know.
women's breasts
It doesn't really go
as
into details.
weapons?
Implants? You take implants and throw them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are implants flammable? You could use them as firebombs.
Most implants are silicone, I think.
Huh. Well, there goes that idea.
The more you know. Okay.
All right. So now that we're done with our little news section, where do you want to go with
Weird
this?
ass articles.
Yeah, really weird articles. But the thing is, like, I think we should look for articles with a little bit more debate. That
Yeah.
are still kind of hilarious.
No.
Not like is Moana racist or Elsa?
How can you?
You
how
missed
do you
that, didn't
think-
you?
Yeah,
I
you
did.
missed that.
Yeah, you missed that.
That was last week.
I feel like that's a little too politically charged for our forte, but you know, I feel like once in a while that's not bad. But we need something with a little bit more discussion.
Yeah,
Avoid
definitely.
controversy like the plague. Madagascar's doing a bad job at that.
Well, they're avoiding the plague, not controversy.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, where do we want to go? We have describing movies.
Yeah, we got movies. We got.
I have the Steam review of Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, we can get back to the two games we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Those went well.
Do you have the review of Assassin's Creed Origins? Paul?
I can open it. I
Yeah.
remember most of them. I can sum it up.
Yeah. So let's move into the video game segment for a little bit.
Oops.
So was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week we
Sunday.
talked about Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed Origins, and well, they didn't turn out to be exactly what they aimed to be, or at least Wolfenstein did. I don't remember what exactly happened with Assassin's Creed.
Well, you want to talk about that first or Wolfenstein?
Let's go with Wolfenstein
Okay.
since we know how this ends.
So, it was short.
Short and depressing, apparently.
Yeah, it was what was it, like 2.5 hours of gameplay and 3.5 hours of cutscenes?
Yeah, and apparently, here's a review by a Steam user. What I've played of the game so far is brilliant, but being able to play the game is like navigating a minefield between save data being corrupted, seizure-inducing flickering, alt-tab crashes, mouse cursors showing up in gameplay. I can't recommend anybody purchase the game in its current state. So it has not only a short story that has arguably a terrible ending, but it also has like a lot of gameplay malfunctions, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
So
Also still very short for a $60 game.
yeah. So what? Spoiler alert: we're probably going to talk about the ending here. So anybody who wants to actually, play the game for themselves.
That's right,
should
Justice. Go away.
Run, Justice, run away. So remind me of the ending. I know Andrew was talking about it.
You go to Venus and kill Hitler.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it gets really silly.
In what ways is it silly?
Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember. It just gets really weird. The story and like the ending, you have to choose between these two characters in the beginning. It affects if you're like following either communists or anarchists basically at the end. It's very weird.
I mean that's like I can understand choice choosing and
But
how
the choice is based off of if you save one of two people like at the beginning of the game. It has you have
Like,
no idea.
I know I enjoy games where you can choose different endings, but I feel like having the choice being made at the beginning of the game is kind of stupid.
Well, they sort of had that in the last one too, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like the choice between a rock and a hard place where you didn't particularly like either one.
Well, the thing is, like, I feel like in a game like Infamous, where
What?
just stay with me for a second. Like Infamous, where you're constantly making choices and you can go back and forth between either one, is the way a game where there's alternate endings should be played.
Yeah, like a visual novel.
Oh yeah, that's right. This game is basically a visual novel, isn't it?
It might as well be more than half
So
of it is cutscenes.
there's like 6 or 7 hours.
Except there's
of-
no choices.
There's 6 or 7 hours of gameplay, and apparently like 4 out of the 7,
Yeah, like more than
Is-
half, I guess.
more than half, is basically cutscenes.
It's
And
like
there's
a-
no multiplayer. So
it's-
once you beat the 3 hours of random shooting at things and skipping through cutscenes, you basically you bought $60 worth of that.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, if you're dedicated to Wolfenstein, you can go ahead and buy it. But what we're basically saying is all our hype was there for nothing. Yeah.
And then for the other one we were talking about, Assassin's Creed.
Origins, yeah.
Yep. Also not doing well for different reasons. Mostly because it will cause your computer to eat itself.
Oh yeah, that's right. It gets rid of files, doesn't it?
Well, no, possibly at a point. It's so on the title screen it uses 60% of your CPU. It's just your computer will just destroy itself.
Save.
Trying to play that game. So there's that. Apparently the gameplay's not bad if you can get to it. But they're
like,
as usual, the PC port for a AAA title is kind of an afterthought.
yeah, that's the thing is like these AAA games are made for console. Like, I have no doubt if you played it on console, it'd be a completely different tune than if you're playing it on PC.
Yeah, and then instead of patching it to fix the gameplay, they decided to do some anti-piracy stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Oh god, that's fantastic. So they really didn't care about their players, but rather just, damn.
Yeah, it's a AAA title.
Yeah, I guess.
They don't care
Get
about
that
their
money.
players.
I mean,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed has been going in a downward spiral for a while.
Yeah. Well, I feel like all AAA titles have just been pretty shitty lately.
Yeah.
Like what was the Lord of the Rings one? Shadow of War. Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow War.
Yeah, that.
Has it come out yet?
Oh, it did.
Oh, let's talk about that one. Let me pull it up really quick. Because I want to see this hot mess.
It's all about that. What do you call it? In-game purchases?
Oh no. Well, they already have 4 DLCs out. For it.
Yep.
One of them is free.
2 of them are free.
high resolution.
Well, yeah, apparently there's like an in-game buying system for stuff too. And if you don't do that, they've pretty much made the late game terrible.
$100 for everything, which is not really all that cheaper than just buying the DLCs separately.
Yeah. Although I have to admit,
2 of them being free.
well, it's got like
So-
also just millions of microtransaction problem stuff.
Great.
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't really looking at it anyway.
Like,
Because I saw the trailer, some gameplay, and was like, nah.
nah. I wasn't a fan of the first one of these games, Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, I wasn't either, which is why I
Like,
didn't bring it up last
it
week.
had some cool ideas, like of what it is. It just didn't feel like a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah.
It didn't have that feeling.
Yeah. It just got kind of boring for me. It's just like you're fighting orcs. They never really change through the game.
No, I mean this looks not too much different, but it seems like there's a lot more different kind of systems in play. Like it's a lot bigger map.
Yeah.
There's, guess new characters that you can play as.
I don't think so.
No?
I think you're still the same guy
Huh.
for all of it.
Well-
I've only seen some of the gameplay though.
I think a good segue out of this, well, its reviews are mostly positive, which I'm going to go down and check.
Not the popular ones.
Oh. Base gameplay is alright, but it's extremely copy and paste. The best part of the game is the forts, and the forts never gets attacked, which is boring as all blank. Literally everything is blanking the same. All enemies, God, so it's basically just copy and paste and then go kill things.
Yeah, it's like the same works, and then their nemesis system is just kind of like, eh.
Another says 2/3 of the Shadow of War is good. The last third is pointless. Hours-long grind where you defend fortress after fortress, doing the same thing over and over again. And then you get to a disappointing cinematic end that ends the story. Yeah, that's a little redundant. After you've been farming for hours and hours, it's okay.
Yeah. So basically, it makes you like grind for just many hours unless you just do microtransactions.
It's
Like PlanetSide.
oh god.
I enjoyed PlanetSide.
I never really played it.
It's fun.
Now, I don't know too much of this game I'm going to mention, but it's a game that I've been looking forward to for a little bit. And I'm not talking about Bannerlord, unfortunately.
It's good.
That too.
I'm talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've shown you this game.
Yeah.
It looks fairly good. Let me pull it up really quick.
The game that will steal the Bannerlord hype.
Not really, but it might.
When is Bannerlord?
Never.
Never.
2050.
I mean, this is basically the same game, but it actually has a release date. Yeah, it's February.
February.
15th.
Shit, yes, boy.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
it's
I said
coming
it's
up pretty
probably
soon.
gonna
And look, you have castles. You're a knight. You can, there's different classes that you can play as. You're not just this brutal warrior that has two-handed sword that gets shot by an archer.
That's why you have a bow too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. But it's basically if you took Mountain Blade Warband and basically made it a
ramped up the
graphics, put a little bit more mechanics in there. You can own a what do you call it? Homestead.
Well, you can,
yeah, I know you can do this in Warband, Mountain Blade,
but it's different.
but it's a little bit different. This has a much more streamlined kind of thing. Words. I saw it. I'm like, I'm kind of tired of waiting for Warband. I'm gonna check this out.
So that's saying it's gonna steal the hype because Warband will never come out.
Yeah. I mean, this is coming out fairly soon. It is. It's about 2 months out.
No, not
three,
soon enough.
3 months out.
3.
Sorry, I can count in my head. I think it has a storyline. Yeah, it's a story-driven open-world RPG that immerses you in an epic
Hungary,
adventure of the Holy Roman Empire. Avenge your parents' death as you battle invading forces and go on game-changing quests. So it's like an open world RPG that has a story. So it's like Mountain Blade Warband if it had a story with better graphics.
Can you lead armies?
I think so. You should be able to. Otherwise, it's kind of dumb.
Let's see. We got historical accuracy, big open world, non-linear story, challenging combat, character development.
But it has a story.
Ooh, you can seduce. Good.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Seduce, threaten.
That was missing in Warband. I was very disappointed.
This is
So
a very
it's like-
lackluster mechanic.
It's historically accurate. You can do all these things. It looks like an awesome game all around to me. I'm
Yeah.
actually really hyped for it already.
Those look interesting.
But
The
please, Bannerlord.
one thing I would say that I'd
Yep,
be worried
if it
about
ever happened.
is, I don't know. Like, the one thing I'm always worried about in this is that
It'll suck.
for me with Skyrim, it's an open world game that has a story and, side quests and all that. It eventually gets really boring.
Yeah.
So, I can see this being really awesome, but the thing about Warband is that basically you make one mistake and you're set back to square one, which makes it rage-inducing, but also gives it replayability because you can always be thrown or overthrown. That's the word.
Thrown over.
Thrown over. You can always be thrown overboard.
I've been thrown over.
Yeah. But this looks really promising, and I feel like once this comes out, we should do definitely a Let's Play of it. So
Sure. Is it multiplayer?
no,
Okay.
But we can take turns. Actually,
We can just make fun of Nick for sucking at video games.
hey, shut
Yeah, that sounds good.
up.
I'm looking at Bannerlord now.
Don't give
Is it
in.
hurting your soul?
Yeah,
Oh, Witcher 3, that was a game.
that was a game.
All right. So what's the difference between Mountain Blade Warband and with Fire and Sword? Never really got that difference.
Isn't Fire and Sword the multiplayer?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it is.
It looks a little bit different, but that's about it. Expeditions, Vikings. We're basically just going through the related games.
Let me look. Let's see, where is it? Mountain Blade, Where's Warband? Well, let's see. Yeah, Mountain Blade with fire.
Either way, we can look at this later. We should. I don't know. There's no really good segue from this into the movie segment of this. Except for near, maybe. But either way, talking about medieval stuff, Kingdom of Heaven is a thing.
That was a movie. I watched it last night.
I didn't.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, Justice hasn't seen this movie. So in
shit.
turn, we get to describe the plot to him, spoil the ending, and
Perfect.
yeah. It's gonna be
Okay,
fun.
so sorry, quick side thing. So
Yeah.
Fire and Sword is an expansion to Warband.
Mm-hmm.
Or no. Oh no, is this just or is it an expansion for the base Mountain Blade? The first one. It might be.
What was the first one?
There was a
Just
first.
Mountain Blade.
Dang, that's an old game. Oh yeah, Total War Warhammer.
Yeah, okay. That's just an expansion for the very first one, not Warband.
Alright.
Never mind. Anyway.
Yeah,
Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of Heaven. Great movie. Really historically accurate in the characters, at least.
Yeah.
So Quinn, do you want to describe the synopsis of it since you saw it last night?
Sure. So Kingdom of Heaven is set a little after, I think, 1100 AD during the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
When just before the Kingdom of Jerusalem falls to Saladin,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Richard the Lionheart after that, who did some things. But anyway, it is about Orlando Bloom.
Yes, it
It's a French
stars
peasant.
Orlando Bloom.
Uh,
He's a German.
French, I think.
French?
French.
Sorry, I always just thought he was a German.
I don't think so.
Too pretty to be German.
Maybe he's not. I don't think it ever actually says. I just assume.
It doesn't say. It just shows him as a blacksmith.
Yeah, and he's they basically find out he's the son of a nobleman who's coming back from the Crusades to find him. And I don't want to ruin the movie for people. Let me just say it is an interesting historical film.
I mean, if you know the history, you're gonna know the ending.
Okay, fine.
Well, maybe not necessarily the
It's in,
person-to-person, interpersonal ending, but yeah, we'll just leave that there.
it is a really good movie. I think in a lot of ways, and showing a lot of the realism of the politics and stuff at the time.
And not only that, but it also shows how a lot of the people lived
Yeah,
around there.
and
Because
how warfare actually was.
yeah, just I remember this one scene where he just makes this tiny line of horsemen outside of one of the castles there, and then Saladin with his giant army is just like, oh, that's cute. But
It is not a religious movie. I would like to preface this with that.
okay.
I don't know why people seem to assume it is.
Like, I understand there's religious undertones to it,
Well,
kinda.
it's
Like it deals with faith.
It does. I would argue that perhaps it's showing the reality.
Yeah, a lot more of what actually faith was like back then.
Yes.
In comparison
And
to
politics.
what we think it was.
I'm just happy it has Saladin because I think he's a really interesting person.
Yeah, it's like, we like to kind of paint this belief that, well, the Crusaders weren't really good guys either, but
No.
no,
Crusaders
not at
were
all.
a bunch of
Richard the Lionheart.
well. I enjoy the beginning of the Crusades. Like, man, now that Europe isn't at war anymore, we've got a lot of these guys who are about to become brigands. I have a great idea. Go take the Holy Lands back.
Yeah.
From the Saracens who made it so that Jerusalem was a city for everyone to worship in. Gotta put a stop to that. Kill them all.
You can't do that. No,
Yeah.
Christian only.
Yeah.
Hashtag Christian only. Christian channel. Hashtag.
Let's not do that.
Don't hurt me.
No, hurt him. He deserves it for that.
Goddamn.
As you can tell,
So-
we're really alt-right.
Obviously.
Yeah. Mormons.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
True alt-right.
Yep, Papa John's. That was
God.
one of the news articles we looked at. Apparently, the KKK has decided Papa John's is their official pizza.
No, it's not just the KKK. It's all the alt-right.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where that joke came from. Anyway,
Yeah, we're not really alt-right, hopefully.
it's,
Justice.
yeah, he really looks like he is.
Yep.
The chest-length hair.
The nipple-length hair. And no, we're not talking about the hair on his chest or the nipples. It's the hair on
those
his
are
head.
pretty long too. But
Oh, okay.
It'd be creepy if
Anyways.
they were that long. You got like Wolfman levels then.
I can just see him just pulling off his chest, or his.
His chest.
Yeah, he's just pulling off his chest, and there's just a bunch of hair. Then he puts his chest back on.
That would be
I
really
see.
disturbing.
This isn't my actual skin.
God, I was watching this movie over Halloween, and it was so weird. It was called Trick or Treat. And so basically all
Is it
of the
horror?
Halloween movies were mixed into one. So there were werewolves, there were serial killers, there was poisoned or cursed trick or treat Halloween candy. There was a haunted school bus at the bottom of a quarry
What?
full of disabled ghosts.
That's
And
amazing.
how this connects is the one way the werewolves transform is to be forward, the werewolves is basically a cult of teenage girls that decide to eat pedophiles. I don't know where the logic comes from, but the way they
noble
transform
cause.
is basically they grow the teeth and eyes and then they just cut off their skin. And they transform into werewolves because under their skin is the hair and, the wolf-like features, which is traditional Germanic. But the weird thing is they put it back on. They put the skin back on. And it's just...
It
to
sounds
me,
really disturbing.
It was... I kind of got emotionally damaged
Just let it
from
re-
Puts the
Regrow.
lotion on the skin.
Just put some lotion on the skin. Try and
Yeah, there
vacuum
you
the
go.
skin.
Apply some
Couldn't
aloe
get
vera,
the-
it'll be fine. I feel like they would look really misshapen.
Just like dirt stuck under your skin. And it's just like, that's gonna come to one of these days.
Sounds really disturbing.
Next month.
What?
Werewolves once a month.
Oh yeah.
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 What do you think I was talking
Nothing.
about? So yeah. Anything else we want to talk about?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do the samurai.
Yeah.
Last samurai.
All right. Yeah, the movie Last Samurai. One of my favorite movies of all time. The only bad thing is it has Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise kind of sucks.
The great Lord Tom Cruise.
All 5'8" of him. Wait, no, not 5'8". Isn't he shorter than that?
With his middle tooth.
What?
He has a tooth in this, if you divide his face directly in half, he has a tooth in the middle of his face. Bye, Justice.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't know.
Getting my internet.
Yeah, me
my
too.
mobile-
Gotta look this out. Oh, gotta look this out. There we go. Alright. That sounds too disturbing not to see.
Yeah, just look it up. It's an actual thing. Is what's his name? Tom Cruise. For some reason, I was thinking Rob Cruise. Tom Cruise. Tooth.
Alright.
Why am I trying to go to Tom.Cruise?
Is it a Scientology site?
It's non-existent.
Oh, God. I enjoy these pictures that are just like.
5'7". Tom Cruise is a short man.
Oh,
I guess.
He also has really weird body structure. Like in Jack Reacher, that movie. He takes off his shirt and it scars me for life.
Oh my God, this is just disturbing.
What?
The tooth.
Yeah, it's in the middle of his face. Like, if you draw a line down the middle of his face, there's a tooth in the middle of his face.
I cannot unsee this now.
Oh, his face is offset.
It is. His teeth are like slightly shifted. One God, it's gonna bug me.
That line doesn't look like it's straight though.
It is.
It is.
Like,
I'm looking at like three
Like,
different
look at your
versions of
own
it.
phone.
It
Give me
is.
my phone back. Yes, I just stroked your phone.
that wasn't my phone.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
God, that's
You got
just
more than
disturbing.
phone.
Yes, I touched your
This-
drumstick.
I'm holding a drumstick, just
I did not just touch this man's genitalia.
because people can't actually see us.
So I found a child photo of Tom Cruise.
All right. Is it still terrifying?
Yep.
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 Oh.
I feel like
well-
his nose has been broken. That's it. I feel like that's really what gets
I
me.
found a Photoshop picture of Tom Cruise.
I think I can guess which one it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that up
What is it?
right now. It's horrifying.
Fantastic.
It's got awful, frightening buck teeth. Anyway,
We'll put that in the link in the description.
there we go.
No,
That
we
could be our
won't.
thumbnail.
We don't need a scarf.
That'll be it.
That could be our thumbnail, and we can put some other stuff with it.
Yep, that'll be our thumbnail. Anyways, I have to find that again to send it to myself. But we were saying something.
We were saying something. You guys were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about Samurai.
The Last Samurai. It's a great movie. We got off on Tom Cruise being in it.
All the time.
That came out wrong.
He normally does.
Anyways, Total War Shogun 2: Fall of the Samurai.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically a movie about that. So the samurai traditions in Japan are falling, and Tom Cruise is he's a colonel, right?
Yeah, he's a military
He's
official.
Yeah, he's a U.S. military official.
Sent to Japan to train the soldiers
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And
Well, he gets captured by the samurai.
but before
It's-
that, he kills like a bunch of them.
Yeah, he kills one of the head honchos,
With the gun, I'm
and
assuming.
just it's like Fall of the Samurai mixed with Pocahontas, basically. Think Avatar. He's well, kind of
I'm thinking of Tom Cruise as Pocahontas, and it's not working.
pretty Pocahontas.
Princess Tom Cruise.
Now what my plan is to put that face of Tom Cruise on top of Pocahontas.
There we go.
Disney animation.
No, put in
anyways.
Papa John's pizza in the background.
So basically he gets captured, and he really doesn't like them at first, but eventually he,
Stockholm Syndrome.
yeah, basically.
Yep.
And then at the he I don't want to give away too much, but he fights for them. A bunch of stuff happens, and it's honestly a really great way, because instead of just focusing on like warfare, and as most AAA movies would,
Triple A.
I'm blending terms, okay?
Okay. Yep. Continue.
So, like most Hollywood movies, I guess I could say,
Mhm.
would instead of just focusing on warfare and like physical violence and attacks on the Eastern Front, they more focus on the culture. Nice Snapchat. They more focus on the Japanese culture of the time, or of the samurai,
Mhm.
and kind of
How the encroaching
and how
modern Japan.
there's this one scene where you go back to Tokyo after the winter has ended. They're in this one valley for winter, and you can see the dramatic change between what used to be in the village where Tom Cruise was kept Pocahontas captive,
Mhm.
and Tokyo, where where he's more encountered with more of an American and English type of lifestyle, where there's more suits and mustaches, bowler hats.
After the fleet forced them to stop being isolationist in the late 1860s, they modernized quickly.
Yeah, it's basically about that modernization.
Yeah.
And
They got the Gatling guns. That's just,
there is a scene about that, but I don't want to ruin the movie too much.
That stuff is just horrible,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
It's a very good movie.
Yeah,
It is.
I'll have to see it.
Mhm.
Fuck
Eh.
this.
But yeah, it's a great movie, except for Tom Cruise,
They
check
could have
out-
gotten someone better to play that role.
like Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, they better be.
Yeah. No. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is a samurai.
No. As a American soldier samurai with Stockholm syndrome. Sorry.
It's not working.
He could do it though. You know he can.
Well,
Johnny Depp can
Johnny
do whatever
Depp
he
is-
wants.
I want it to be Liam Neeson,
You know,
That would be good too.
right?
that
be-
could work. But he would find them
Look,
and he would kill
he
them.
was Qui-Gon. We already know he can be a samurai.
Oh yeah, there's a new Star Wars movie coming out.
No.
Let's not talk about what's
Let's
happening
let's
there.
avoid
Remember?
depression.
Don't
No.
Remember the fifth note.
I'm making references to
something.
Shield.
I can't
The
remember. what.
treasonous
Treason, gunfire.
The
and-
treasonous gunpowder plot.
Yeah, that's it.
I
That's
see
Guy
no
Fawkes.
reason why the gunpowder treason should never be forgot. Ever be forgot. Yeah. It's a British thing, okay? We're here in America. America.
Or not.
I mean,
It's not true, audience. We're actually
Iceland.
in Iceland. That's right.
Completely,
Positive
as opposed to the last podcast.
Yep. I was also in Iceland. We lied.
Look, we got rich through our Patreon.
Yeah, we got
And,
rich
we
through our
moved to
Patreon
Iceland.
page and our massive following of 10 views.
11 views,
More or
dude.
less. Okay.
Get it right.
Most of those were us.
Just making sure we didn't screw up anything.
Yeah.
God dang.
And some of them were probably when Andrew sent it to people in the WoW erotic roleplay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Erotic role playing. So Andrew sent it to this place where people were dressing up as elves, and they're basically like, "Unless you're gonna pull out your dick, get out."
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
That sounds
place.
like
to
a place I
play,
want
yes.
to be.
It's a World of Warcraft server. It's not a real place.
Yeah.
Also, I think they actually were elves
That's sad. I could predict
in the
that.
game. Dead.
Um. All right. I don't actually have anything else. Maybe we should plan stuff out in the future. I know this was kind of. I was planning to send out a email yesterday, but life happened.
Send nudes.
Yeah, send nudes. Please don't. I want to keep my vision.
Again.
Don't remind me. So next time we'll plan that out a little bit more, or at least I'll send out a.
You send him nudes?
I didn't send him
By
nudes.
accident.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
even
no.
send
I
you.
remember you told me about.
Yeah.
that.
He's just like doing his thing. What were you doing? You were pulling up a photo,
Yep.
and then I was like, "Oh, I am blind. I cannot see. I do not want to see." And then stuff.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, that wasn't too great. But next time we'll plan it out a little bit more, so it's maybe a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
for the whole giant subscriber fan base we have.
a whole one person. We
What?
have one subscriber, and that's him,
Do. It's not me. It's one of our avid fans.
Quinn. All right. What time are we at right now? That's Steam, not our recording.
Probably
software.
about an hour.
Yeah, we're at about 55 minutes.
All right.
So if we can pull something out of our butts and plan better next time, we should be fine.
I mean, I
Like a
don't want to
tuning
do
fork?
that yet.
Oh my god, a tuning fork. Yeah. That's in there.
That was on the
I
last
hope you're
podcast,
happy.
Justice. Thanks for sending it.
Good job.
Never be out of tune.
God damn. So we also want to start doing some games. Justice, did you bring your laptop?
I mean, I did. Some occur.
Oh, but how do we record you?
We
Just have his audio.
We can have him
Because
say how much I
I
suck.
don't have enough time to.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were gonna go after we did a podcast. Anyways, so I guess we'll just do some Mountain Blade, like an episode of Mountain Blade for Let's Play.
Yeah. Probably not an incredibly long one, but yeah.
I was just thinking half an hour, boil it down
Yeah,
to like
that sounds
15
good.
minutes or so.
Alright.
Anyways,
I think
that
we're
should
probably-
end this.
Yeah, we're probably done.
Yeah, we're done. Like, comment, subscribe, and please don't run away.
All right. I don't know why I was
Tell
wearing
your
the headphones.
friends.
Don't tell your friends; they'll hate you. You won't have friends.
If you're listening to us, let's be honest, you probably don't have friends.
The only reason you're here is for Justice's not red, blonde, ginger hair.
Yeah, that you can't see.
That you can't
And
see.
you were not aware of until now.
No, what I'll do is I'll just take a picture of him, send it to myself, and edit that over Tom Cruise's hair.
There we go. Just have Justice with the middle tooth. That'll be our picture.
chop like the bottom half of
Thanks,
Tom Cruise's
guys.
face
Tune in
off.
next
Yep.
time for great conversations like this.